Hello everybody, welcome. Let me sort this out quickly, folks.
It was not together at all. It was a really nice lad to be around the place.
So guys, Poland
Above everybody else.
unfortunately lost to
Skinny kid,
Sweden
big muscly guy
with the last kick of the 90 minute. But guys, it is it is Portugal versus France and Germany versus Hungary. But we're focusing on Germany, on Poland versus France.
He's been a big influence on me, and I think that he's got big plans for the rest of his life. It's not just about playing football. He has belief in what he's doing. He has belief in what he's saying. He's an absolute genius. An absolute genius.
So guys,
I wouldn't disagree with that, and there's much more Ronaldo insight.
Ronaldo
Documentary Impossible to Ignore, streaming now on iPlayer.
So guys,
We have no intention of ignoring him. Rio, what a player. Did you train with that chap?
Yeah, we trained with Fergie.
So why didn't he turn you into Ronaldo?
Because my body couldn't deal with it.
so
But I think what Cristiano done, he was an obsessed human in terms of becoming the best, and everything he done was to be the best and to enable.
So guys, put that in the chat who you guys want to win between Germany and Hungary and Portugal, France.
Went down. He has gone on. He's gone accelerated again.
He's defying Father Time.
Exactly, and it defies logic really. But it's down to commitment. It's down, obviously, you need a little bit of luck genetically as well. But he's just a phenomenal football player, but somebody who thinks about every little detail and aspect of the game to try and get every ounce of ability out of himself. And you see here, his game's evolved. It's not just about physically, but mentally. Touches have gone down since he was a young kid in 2004. But obviously the touches in the box in the penalty area where he's going to affect games has gone up. I mean, again, that's not just about, yes, your physical prowess and being able to do this and that quicker than anyone else or be stronger. You've got to think about where you are on the pitch as well, and I think he's done that as well as anybody in terms of evolving as a football player.
So,
I think just the intelligence.
so how would everyone
I think
put down in the chat if you guys are looking forward to this game or you guys think it's going to win?
But I think it's more of a hunger to be the man and the force of his own character.
I hope it's going to be a good game of football.
Manchester United, they went out of his game a long time ago. Where do I need to be? What talent?
And hopefully you guys
I can finish better than anyone.
be interesting to hear what you guys think. It'll be interesting.
And he just gets in the right areas. He's incredible.
That's the impressive thing, is that to have been at the top for so long, to just for him to get out of bed in the morning and then go and train and be better than everyone. He's got more money than anyone else. He's had more success than most that have played the game. So to want to continue
So,
to be at the very, very
we're just
top.
going to try and do as much we can.
Players, though, isn't it? If you want to make the most of it.
And he uses negativity as fuel. Gaz, you said some things like you like Messi.
You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do this. Hello, Wreck-It. How are you?
And he just uses anything
It's a
as
bit
fuel.
needy then, isn't
But
he?
what I'm saying is, you think he's done so much in his life. Why do you care about what anyone says about you? You know you're the guy.
Well, I've only said good things about him.
At least he's heard of it anyway.
He's so competitive against
It's
Messi,
the
isn't it?
competitive nature.
Yeah.
That's what it is, and you need that to be the best.
At least he's heard of him anyway.
I'm excited to see Portugal play. We are going to be doing a poll. We're going to put a poll on the chat.
How do you see this going?
France, I think they'll have too much for them defensively. I think with the players that they have, they'll cause them too many problems.
I think France, for similar reasons. I'm interested to see how France approach it. I think that Germany, they gave away a lot of possession. They were a terrible team to play from the counter.
Who do you think's going to win?
So how do they approach it? Will they try and control the ball? I think there's more.
So guys,
Clearly on Portugal to try and get results.
I think France will win it. I think their incentive is to stay away from England in the next round.
Portugal coming out with Ronaldo in tow.
Versus France from Budapest, live on BBC One and BBC iPlayer. Your commentary team is Jermaine Genus and Guy Mowbray.
Thank you, Gary. Good evening, everyone.
We're going to try and put a couple of polls out ready for before kick-off for some of these games. So we've got a poll out at the moment for you guys.
Beautiful Budapest. For one or the other of these teams, it could be London next for a meeting with England.
Who do you think will win?
Even be Portugal on their way home.
So, it'll be either Portugal or France. Let you guys vote on who you guys think will win.
Take a look at the teams and get ready for the off. After we've heard the national anthems.
So guys, put your votes in. You can vote before kickoff to see who you think will win between France and Portugal. Guys, if you guys like to stream, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the like button, like, subscribe, the bell notification. Don't forget to post it as well. So, I'm interested to hear what you guys want to say. N'Golo Kante is starting for France. That's good. One of our best players. Varane starting. Tolisso and Lloris. Kylian Mbappe, it'd be interesting to see how his guy plays. If you guys have donate, vote on here, because you only get to vote just before kickoff. And if you don't vote, as soon as the referee blows the whistle for kickoff, the voting stops. There's Pepe. Ronaldo, the player that everybody loves. Everybody thinks he's an absolute genius of his craft. But like I say, if you guys like to stream, hit the like button, like, subscribe, and all that. Be interesting to hear from you guys. But soon as the referee blows the whistle, the voting for the stream, the voting for the poll stops. So you cannot vote as soon as the referee kicks off the match. For the stream, no, the poll stops. The poll that we got on now, you can vote up to when the referee blows the whistle for kickoff.
William Carvalho and Bruno Fernandes drop out, with the suggestion being that the Manchester United man has looked off the pace and tired in the first
Diego Jota, Ronaldo and Bernardo Silva up front. Renato Sanchez, Danilo and all that jazz. Hello Jay, how are you doing?
Is scored against France in 6 previous games. The referee, Antonio Mateo Lahoz of Spain. It is a 3rd game at the tournament. Belgium 3, Russia 0. England 0, Scotland 0 so far.
So guys, put in the chat the like button if you guys are new.
The French fullbacks have changed, with Lucas Hernandez back in on the left. And only a second.
Oh, France have gone 4 at the back. France have gone 4 at the back. 2 in midfield, which is Kante and Pogba. And 3 up front in Griezmann, Tolisso and Mbappe. And Benzema up front.
1 goal Griezmann, no goals Benzema, and everything but a goal so far, Kylian Mbappe.
Jay, be careful what you say or you will get timed out. And I told you when you did again, when I did the last stream. Be careful what you say or you will get timed out. And as soon as the referee blows the whistle, the poll will end.
And holding France to a 1-1 draw. The atmosphere's a little different tonight, not quite so partisan, an equal split between those supporting the team in red and those following the team in white. Plenty of attention, I'm sure, from the locals on what will be happening in Munich tonight.
Paul will end as soon as the referee blows the whistle.
Both of these nations started the tournament with a win. Both then had a blip. What then are we going to see from all these familiar stars tonight? France guaranteed to go through, can give it the laissez-faire approach up to a point. Portugal may need a point to be absolutely sure. It is France.
The game is underway. France versus Portugal. Let's go.
And an early word from Jermaine Genius.
Yeah, I was just having a look at the couple of
You've gone
changes that both sides have made.
50% have gone
In the first
Portugal,
of all, the game before
33% have gone France, and 60% have gone draw. So it's interesting, that is. Interesting from you guys.
There's a lot to play for, especially this Portuguese side who desperately need a result to get themselves through to the next phase.
Hit the like button if you guys are new.
We'll keep you up to date as every goal goes in with updated tables. As France make a very steady start to their evening.
It's like,
15 attempts on goal in their last game against Hungary on Saturday, only 4 on target. Taken in by Koundé. Dealt with by those at the back for Portugal, whose performances were questioned after they shipped 4 goals to Germany. Not like them at all.
And I think that's possibly why a lot of those changes in midfield.
I've got the Germany game on my phone, Germany versus Hungary, and Portugal versus France on my TV.
A little bit too much space for Germany to go and do what they did, but with the additions of Sanchez and Moutinho in there, it's a better balance. You know, Sanchez offers a lot more kind of that robust legs up and down,
Guys.
can get closer to people. And Moutinho will, you know what he's going to do. He's going to get on the ball.
Am I getting all these dislikes because of, oh, I'm not showing the game, oh, show the game, oh, show the game. I get sick of that every time.
Owned by the French. Snatching one for Tolisso, but it was always likely to be Rui Patricio's to come again. Pepe. And Danilo. Renato Sanchez plays his football in France. With PSG, former Swansea man Renato Sanchez, a title winner with Lille.
Hello, James Aston. How are you doing?
Rafael Guerreiro is France born and raised with a Portuguese dad. He's never actually played
So Portugal are on the ball at the moment. About 3 minutes played.
Portuguese.
Lovely early pass there from Renato Sanchez out to Bernardo Silva.
So this one, I think one goal will win this game.
Early touches in a game like this and spray it around, gives you a lot of confidence.
Bernardo Silva was happy to let that one run and back the pace of Nelson Semedo.
Oh, here comes Portugal.
Moutinho across to Renato Sanchez. He just
Ooh.
bounced up. He didn't connect with that one properly at all.
No, he didn't. But he nearly found a very fortunate pass to a running on Bernardo Silva.
If you guys want to join
Pogba.
the Discord server, it'll be linked up top for you guys.
Rafael Varane.
The French have got a slightly different look about them as well today.
Get to 1 mil, that's what we want. That's what my aim is on this channel, but looks like people don't want me to achieve anything. That's why I get all the dislikes and everything.
Heading up by Ruben Diaz. Pogba. Kante. It's Tolisso.
How are you doing? Doing alright.
Kind of playing in a slightly different
Doing
role today.
fine.
The player that has replaced Rabiot plays. They usually play kind of
That-
number 3, and he started here on the right hand side. Just see a
Free kick to Portugal.
foul there from Paul Pogba.
Tap on Cristiano Ronaldo, quickly followed by a pat of respect. We know all of these players so well, they know each other so well. Diaz over to Pepe.
You do not learn, Jay. If you're gonna say that, you will get barred from the stream.
Diogo Jota. Sanchez with the clip ball, and Ronaldo gets an effort.
Headed by Ronaldo, straight at Hugo Lloris in the French goal. Nearly 1-0 Portugal. I think Germany will win against Hungary. That I think so as well, Wreck-It, but you never know. France drew 1-1 against Hungary. So anything's possible if Hungary can get a draw against France. Anything's possible. But put your questions in the chat and I'll answer as many questions as I can.
Griezmann not able to help it on. Deschamps could be the first to win both the European Championship and World Cup as player and manager. And that really is doing the lot.
So how is everyone enjoying the stream?
That's the thing I was going to say about that. He's been in the role so long. You know, France's style of play hasn't changed much during that period of time. The formation hasn't changed much. These players
Germany haven't done a lot in this game. Hungary have not done a lot in this game. And not a lot's happened in the Portugal-France game either.
Lost 5 of his first 11 games. It was the worst ever start by a France manager.
But it was the right decision to stick with him in the end, wasn't it?
It's worked okay.
Hey up!
Renato Sanchez.
So we just need to do what we can and just achieve what can be achieved in a good game of football. And
Portugal to have some ball time.
we're just going to see how this game goes in Portugal versus France. We've got to see how this game plans out. Not a lot of chance in the game. We've had one chance, which was a header, not a very good header by Ronaldo, that then went into the arms of Hugo Lloris. Apart from that, not a lot's happened since. But
having a look to see whether Mbappe was about to burst out of the starting stalls again.
hey up. Hi Sean, hope you have a good Wednesday evening.
Griezmann, who had to get it right, he did.
Portugal asking for a free kick. Referee says no.
You just don't see tackles like that.
And here comes France. I think you should continue vlogs. Ah, if you guys are thinking about the vlogs and everything, wait for tomorrow. You got a vlog coming out tomorrow. From me being out today, so you got one coming out today. You got one coming out tomorrow, so enjoy it.
You would like to, still see those good tackles, fair challenges.
When you leave the floor, there's always that suggestion that you're not in control, but I don't think there was ever going to be any danger to an opponent.
I think by the time he'd kind of hit the ground,
So if you guys want to go and follow me on Instagram, the Instagram is up there. If you guys want to also join the Discord server,
Lucas Hernandez with the throwing, which took some sorting out.
then that's going to be on as well, but that's not going to be a pinned bot message. The Instagram's going to be on there because I'm more more use
Pogba.
Instagram a lot to get to interact with people.
Koundé.
But if you guys like the stream with the thumbs up button, like and subscribe if you are new. It is Portugal 0, France 0, Hungary 0, Germany 0.
Benzema. Tolisso. There's the run.
Oh, here goes Benzema straight into Louis Patricio's
We've
gloves.
seen that a lot in this tournament. The minute Paul Pogba picks up the ball, Mbappe just comes to life. It's like he knows that he's going to be looking for him.
So it'll be interesting to see how this game goes, how the plan goes, how everything goes in this game. But we just have to wait and see. I think whoever gets the first goal in this game will win the game.
There's a murmur of appreciation around the ground. There's a lot of neutrals have come to this just to watch it.
Wow, I'm not surprised. He seems in the mood for it as well.
36. I know we do think he's some kind of Superman, but time is running out to see stars. Well, to see him. To see Messi too. We have been blessed.
You tell him that.
Good chance.
So guys, put your question in the chat. I'm happy to answer all your questions.
Koundé's had a
When
really
they-
good start right back for France.
Yeah, I
Just
think
put
it's a
it
good
to
addition
anything.
to
Anything
the
within
side.
reason, I'm happy to answer anything.
Hungary, they really struggled down this side. I think Varane
11 minutes played.
and
Portugal
Pogba
0,
just a
France
little bit
0.
off it.
Oh, goal! Goal! There's been a goal in the Germany game. Hungary have scored.
Let's play a big
Can you believe it?
Pogba has it.
Hungary are beating Germany.
But you can see activity in the stands. That's because news is coming through from Munich. It's fantastic news.
Hungary have scored.
Locals.
Hungary have scored.
Wow. We'll get to that in a moment.
Hungary have scored against Germany. Whoever thought that, folks? Germany 0, Hungary 1. Yeah, he's onside. A header, and what a finish. Hungary, the team that no one gave a chance in this group,
Bernardo Silva.
could do the impossible, the impossible.
Ronaldo. What an atmosphere around the stadium now.
Incredible noise.
Renato Sanchez up
Up
towards
to Ronaldo, into the gloves of Hugo Lloris.
Hugo Lloris was at the big launch towards Mbappe.
And
I
it's
think we can call it Route 1 when France do it using his pace.
it's just an
They got the
absolute.
goal against Hungary the other day. They passed and had no joy, but
It's just
it was out the goal from Greece, and it
ridiculous.
actually came along
Who
good
would
from
ever
Lloris.
thought Germany
From Mbappe.
would be
You can
bottom
see
of the
press
group
they've
and
done on
Hungary
that
would be
one.
above them?
We're heavily covered.
If that ends up the case, then well done Hungary, but I don't see it happening.
He
Gonna be a free kick
started
for
well as well.
Portugal.
Sanchez.
Well, let's take a look at
But this Hungary goal is
the corner that's
amazing.
got this ground buzzing. It's Adam Salai, the captain of Hungary, who's got his head on that. The cross came in from Roland Shalai. Plenty of reaction in the stadium there, just as much in this game.
Great header. Really was.
An early turn-up.
And then we turn up for the box that Hungary are beating Germany and France are losing, are drawing 0-0 with Portugal. Whoever thought?
It's Germany are saying Auf Wiedersehen as things stand. There's a long way to go.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Well, I think if you're English, you'd take that as it stands. I'm sure it will change.
Tolisso. Varane to Pogba. Now we can get on with concentrating with what we're watching in this one.
Yep.
Counter.
France 0, Portugal 0, Germany 0,
Griezmann.
Hungary 1
Tolisso.
is the result so far. We've both played nearly around 14 to 15 minutes of both
A
games.
shimmy and a shake, and Griezmann hasn't got the trajectory right, the accuracy. He couldn't find it.
If you guys like the stream, hit the thumbs up button, get the like, subscribe, with the bell notification as well.
got a nice role in this team, Antoine Griezmann. Just kind of goes where he wants. I think Didier Deschamps knows that he's also going to put in that work rate though to get back, as we saw with that tackle earlier on. He's going to put in a shift for the side, but at the same time he gets forward with late runs and can create from deep.
The vlog isn't out until tomorrow.
Moutinho to Pepe. Some of the old stages.
I've still got to. I have to edit it still. I've did all the filming today. Edit's gonna be after this, and then I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna be out tomorrow. Oh, here comes Portugal. Oh, over Ronaldo. I thought Ronaldo was gonna get to that.
Set himself for the overhead for a moment.
He was lining it up. It's a really good play though. In those midfield areas, passing the ball forward.
Guys, hit the thumbs up button if you guys like the stream. Subscribe if you are new. France have not really done anything in this game. Oh, Mbappe!
Good save by Rui Patricio.
Wow.
Mbappe should have buried that.
I mean, that relationship, we spoke about it about 5 minutes ago. Every time Pogba's on the ball, it's like he's just got radar. He just picks out his man.
What are you on about, Jay?
Beautifully just waited and slid into a beautiful spot.
Ah, you might have watched my Southampton's West Key vlog.
Many footballers envying the role of Nelson Semedo tonight.
But if you wait, there'll be a new vlog out tomorrow.
France Country couldn't return the favour. Mbappe back to try to win it. This has gone in.
Yeah,
Portugal's favour.
He's got so much going on, Semedo. Look at this run in on inside from Mbappe. It's tight, but that run it's so hard to stop, and the ball is just impeccable. It really is. The only thing that's missing, I think Rui Patricio does really well. He reads where Mbappe wants to go. He goes quite early. He's had a couple of chances in this tournament, Kylian Mbappe. He's actually played really well. Just waiting for that goal. He's had one disallowed already, but you can see tonight that little link up between himself and Pogba is going to pay dividend soon.
Why do you think I have 4 eyes?
Without scoring and 14 touches in the opposition box in the last game against Hungary.
You know, he's just a real threat off that left-hand side. Runs like that are so hard to stop.
Still 1-0 Hungary, and it is 0-0 between Portugal and France.
He's thinking, do I stay with the line and try and play offside, or do I drop with him? If I drop with him, I've got absolutely no chance of staying with him. So he has to half gamble a little bit and think, right, can I catch him offside? And they just got it wrong.
Bernardo Silva, Nelson Semedo, Mbappe's back at him. Doing the defensive hard yards as well. Actually, he makes the yards easy.
Portugal on the ball at the moment, about 18 minutes played. You can't have 4 eyes. You only have 2. Portugal passing the ball around at the moment.
Jota on the move in the middle. Semedo managed to evade Lucas Hernandez.
France have cleared it out for a throw into Portugal. France cleared it out for a throw into Portugal.
It's really starting to heat up this game. Both teams getting a lot of joy. I think particularly down that right-hand side for Portugal, who's an area they're looking to exploit with the link-up of Bernardo Silva and Semedo.
Hernandez, Semedo. Time of plenty for
Jay,
Diaz.
you get 1 more warning after this, and if you do it again, and I tell you again, you will be, your messages will be hidden from the stream, so you don't get your messages seen on stream. Portugal just passing the ball around at the moment. Portugal 0, France 0, Hungary 0, Hungary 1, Germany 0. Didn't think I'd be saying that today.
Varane leaps. Looks as though he was going to Lloris.
Oh,
Into
Ronaldo!
Ronaldo. It's a bit of a snapshot, but it was a strange
Ronaldo
choice
just
made
a
by
shot,
Rafael
guys.
Varane.
Well,
Asking for somebody to talk to him.
of you go, Lloris's
I
goal.
mean, partly he should be aware that he's got time, but there definitely should be some communication from Lloris or players around him. Ronaldo was definitely right to take that on. It sat lovely for him to have a go on that left foot. A little bit of edginess. No fun for a run there.
Hello, Gummy. How are you?
Against Hungary the other day, though, as well. I thought he wasn't really at his best.
Another one playing amidst all sorts of speculation about his future and where his next port of call club-wise will be. Benzema.
France on the ball at the moment. Just pass the ball around.
Was Griezmann.
If you guys have turned the way, it is
Kante.
France 0, Portugal 0, Hungary 1, Germany 0.
Mbappe. Just awkwardly away from Benzema. Run back by Mbappe. Griezmann.
Not a lot has happened in the in this game.
Griezmann plays.
Well, he just
But we have had a goal in the
what's
Germany
good about what he does is he
game
wherever he goes,
against
he creates an overload. So in that midfield,
Hungary,
all of a
which
sudden
is
Griezmann
1-0.
pops up and you get an extra man. Actually, Ronaldo's doing that quite well for Portugal at
Have
times.
that-
He's just
yeah.
kind of dropping a
The
little
Jay
bit
Cummins
deeper.
guy came back
And the
today,
same
yeah.
to Sanchez and
This
João
is
Moutinho
his second
giving the ball.
warning. If he does it again, he'll be timed out again, but then his messages will be hidden.
That's how it's turned out. Pogba. Koundé wide.
So you get that done you get timed out 3 times. Then if you do it again, you're then hidden from the stream basically, so you don't cause any more hassle to anyone.
Jota being held on to by Paul
Free
Pogba.
kick to Portugal.
Kick for the Portuguese.
Should have been 1-1 Germany there. Germany should have equalised. But just couldn't bury it.
Pepe.
So,
Ruben Dias. Manchester City.
I might do another poll for you guys just to get you guys doing something on the stream.
Danilo. Jota. Again, it's just waiting for the spark. The equality. As things stand, France through in first place and Portugal in second.
So, here we go.
They don't have to force it either side right now, but the situation as we've seen.
So I put a poll out there for you guys to vote because nothing's happened in this game, but it'd be interesting to see 23 minutes in who you guys
I
think.
think both teams will want to win this game. I don't think there'll be that feeling of knowing the score just quite yet and playing it out as a draw. When I say knowing the score, I think in the other game, because of the crowd's reaction,
Pogba.
So for you guys to vote, who do you think will score first, Portugal or France?
Tolisso.
And you have to about the 30th minute of this game.
Koundé.
That's okay. That's okay, Jay. Hope you learned your lesson. You got what? If you get done one more time, you get one more. You got one more warning, and then if you do it after that, you are then your messages will be hidden, so you can't actually message in the stream. So the messages won't be seen in the stream.
I think Portugal will be, reasonably happy with the way that things have started. In midfield, they've had some good possession. I think the only thing they would like to try and do is try and get Diogo Jota.
25 minutes played, still 0-0. France versus Portugal.
The addition of Koundé and what he brings to the table.
Renato Sanchez. Coutinho. Guerrero having to scrap with Jules Koundé.
Guys, put your questions down in the chat. I'm happy to hear as much of what you guys want to put to me as you can. Good challenge by Kante. Free kick to German to Portugal.
Just got away from him there, Renato Sanchez, but he reacted well. We'll see Kante's just late. No complaints from him.
Free kick to Portugal. Matinho or Bernardo Silva to take for Portugal.
It's Matinho.
Oh.
And Lloris. And he got his hand to it.
Penalty.
Because his hand went straight into Danilo.
Penalty.
Penalty for Portugal.
Going to stop the. We're going to be stopping the stream. We're going to be stopping the poll now because of the. Best to end it now.
To challenge for this ball and misses it, which I think he does. He looks like he.
80% say Portugal, 20% say France, and you guys might be correct because Portugal have a penalty.
I'm sure VAR will have a very good look at it. The reason they're complaining so much, it's not something you see very often, but it is actually a foul. Well, Lloris is saying there, have a look at VAR. That's what he's asking the referee. He obviously feels confident that he made some contact on the ball.
Or he's hoping that he did.
Yeah.
Antonio Mateo Lahoz will be in consultation with his video assistant referee, who is Alejandro Hernandez. Really in Paul Pogba's gift to tell him how to officiate.
Well, if he's got this right, it's brilliant from him, because far too often these are not given.
We're just waiting and seeing what the incident is, but potentially there is a penalty to Portugal.
He wins the race, but I think what Lloris will say is he headed it onto his arm. It is a difficult one. Having seen it again, he wins the race. The ball gets headed onto Lloris's kind of hand, and Lloris follows through and takes him out. I think it'd be deemed as dangerous play, but
most importantly, Danilo's okay.
Yeah,
that's the first thing. Albeit with a bag of ice firmly slapped to his cheek. At no point yet has the referee given any indication that he's been told to go and have a look.
I think it'd be worth another look. Here, look, heads. I mean, that's.
Oh.
You see,
you called it, Jermaine. You got it, but it is a penalty.
Yeah.
Is that pen? Yes, it is. It's a penalty. Ronaldo on the penalty spot for Portugal.
12 out of 17 for his country. Scored all of his last 4. Last failure came at the last World Cup when he had one saved against Iran. Didn't actually miss his last for Juventus.
A penalty for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Normally, as with everything else, he is prepared, ready, and dead-eye.
Ronaldo against Hugo Lloris.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Goal!
Portugal. Was it ever really in doubt?
Goal for Portugal. France 1-0 down. Portugal have scored.
Another game, another record. He is now the record European goal scorer at major tournaments. That's 20, 13 in the European Championship, 7 in the World Cup. He goes on and on and on, and Portugal have 1 on the board.
Well, it was never in doubt, was it? He's so positive when he steps up for these. Just stuck his foot through it, smashes it in the back of the net. There's the famous celebration. I mean, that goal's going to light this game up now. It just hit a little bit of a lull, but he'll be disappointed. He doesn't feel it's a penalty. It felt like reckless play to me, which is why the penalty was given.
World champions 0, reigning European champions 1 in Budapest. Goal that, as we stand, puts Portugal in pole position at the top of the group. It also means it would be England against France next Tuesday.
What a game that would be.
We'll keep on with that disclaimer though. There's a lot to happen yet.
There is a lot to happen.
Can we have Hungary, please? I would love Hungary to play us. That would be amazing.
Contact. Pogba.
It's Portugal 1, France 0,
So
and
misplaced the
Germany
pass.
0, Hungary 1.
They had to be certain with his. Silva. Keeps Lucas Hernandez at least halfway up in the air.
Yellow card to Hugo Lloris.
Stuck, and Lloris's yellow card did too.
Yeah, seeing it again, I can see why he was asking for the VAR, because he knew he got some form of contact on the ball, but I still feel like he was late and reckless, and anywhere else on the pitch, that's a foul.
Anywhere else on the pitch, you really would question somebody making contact with somebody's head with a hand.
Well, I meant the more reckless side of it.
Absolutely. Eagle-eyed, Senor Mateo Lajos spotted it straight away. João Moutinho,
Ooh!
not happy with himself, but it was on to be hit.
You know, his addition to the team today has worked well. I mean, that's a speculative shot with his left foot from that far out, but he's done
Oh,
exactly what
I'm getting
I
disliked
thought he
because I'm
was
not
doing.
showing
On
the
floor,
game.
he's
I
made
can't
him
show the
think
game
he's
due to
kind of become that
copyright
go-to
reason.
person to add
Nobody
a bit of
seems to
security when
understand
they keep
it,
the ball.
and if you don't understand it, then
Himself
don't
and Renato
come on the
Sanchez
stream.
have done well in there against a very tough midfield.
And you know, you guys could just go and watch it on BBC One.
Bernardo
Here comes
Silva.
Portugal.
Nelson Semedo.
35 minutes played. Portugal 1,
Danilo.
France 0, Germany 0, Hungary 1
Onto
still.
Sanchez.
just off it a little bit, friends, aren't they? I mean, having gone a goal down, it's not the response I expected from them. They're just a little bit off the pace in the press. I know they're playing a little bit deeper, but they're really struggling to get to grips with winning the ball back tonight.
Supposed to be faultless from the Portuguese. Renato Sanchez finds Diogo Jota. There's a mistake, although he's got away with it. He's managed to get the ball again. The next bounce wasn't kind, though.
I feel like every time I watch Ronaldo and Jota play, there's some form of argument going on that Jota's not passed him the ball. There was another one just there where he could have just slipped in. Ronaldo made a run from deep.
Why do you think that? Is that you're just pissed?
Mbappe. 2 on him. Neither in the ref's view failed him.
France for asking for a foul. Foul by France.
Portugal, though.
Portugal free kick.
Holding on to Bernardo Silva. Yellow card for him now.
I mean, he's a good player.
Lucas Hernandez, yellow
Silva's
card.
giving him a bit of a run around down that right hand side. He's shown him a clean pair of heels a few times with some lovely skills to go by him. They're playing with a lot of confidence now, this Portugal side, aren't they? I mean, the goal would have done them wonders, but they started the game well.
Just with a word or two, or three, or four to anybody listening in red and green.
So it's Portugal 1, France 0.
First time that he scored against France.
And Hungary are still 1-0 up against Germany, which
Game against them.
it still mind boggles me, that one does.
108 international goals, so now he's just one shy of the overall record, still held by Iran's Ali Dai.
Yeah, well, they can write that off. That's gone. Let's just say that's gone.
And he's holding on. Varane.
Griezmann, oh!
Caught betwixt and between ideas.
He won't be happy. He really won't. His side's not turned up for the first 37 minutes of this game. Had a couple of moments, a couple of lovely balls from Pogba into Mbappe, but apart from that, they've been dominated. I feel like in that midfield, Portugal look way more comfortable, got more energy to them.
Ronaldo. Another one played down the line for Nelson Semedo, linking up really nicely with Bernardo Silva.
They've been very good down that right hand side. Linked up well, overlapping runs.
It's pretty obvious for the Manchester City midfielder. Can have Mbappe's shirt later.
Probably a booking, but he did it just well enough to get away with it, we'll say.
Politely enough.
Yeah.
Griezmann. Varane. Benzema on the move.
Still 1-0 Portugal, 39 minutes played.
Even just things like that. Ball's not sticking.
Shot by Hungary, over the top. Still 1-0 Hungary.
You know, that game we did the other day against Hungary, they put a lot of energy into that game. It was roasting for the players as well, and whether they've just taken a little bit longer to get themselves going in this game, but they're definitely slightly off the pace.
Is it anything to do with the fact that they're already through psychologically?
Well, their body language at the minute is telling me that. They're a little bit we're quite happy just to coast through this game and we'll save it and preserve our energy as Griezmann just put to...
That was Griezmann on Danilo, yeah. The referee looked as though he wanted to let it go. Danilo was adamant that it shouldn't just be ignored, and the third French name in the book already.
Foul by Griezmann.
That was him.
Yellow card to...
And who knows, Guy? Maybe
yellow card to
the French
France.
are looking at it going, you know what, we fancy going to Wembley and playing against England. You just don't know, do you?
Why are you saying that with a smile on your face?
I have not got a smile on my face. It's not what I want. Trust me, that's not what I want to see. I don't think it's, you know, if there was a list of teams that you would want in the next round, I think France would be bottom of that list.
As Alan Shearer very forcefully pointed out pre-match.
Yeah.
You can't pick and choose in a tournament. You get what you're playing against and you try and beat them.
Yeah.
We'll sort it out with Alan later.
Yeah, we'll do.
Here's Bernardo Silva.
Here comes Portugal.
João Moutinho.
Martinez with the shot.
Not quite as angry with himself for that one as he was the earlier one.
Yeah, he can't quite find his shooting boots at the minute. That one's a much
5
better
minutes to go
opportunity
to
on his
half
right
time
foot.
between
Decides
Portugal
to
and
go
France. Still 1-0 and still
striking
1-0.
through rather than trying to bend it
Hungary
into that
against
far corner,
Germany.
I think was the better option.
4 years since he scored for his country. He got a couple of goals against Cyprus. This is a different league match.
Touch.
It's Koundé. Time to look up. That's run has been followed all the way by Rafael
So,
Guerreiro.
Germany are not playing their best at the moment, and so are France.
So approaching half time in this one and in Munich, where it remains Germany 0, Hungary 1. Another Portugal in this one.
Yeah, lovely little nick round the corner. Saw Hernandez coming, went to just pop it round him and get on the other side. Got to make his mind up, Hernandez. Does he keep getting tight on that yellow card or does he drop off? At the minute, Bernardo Silva's having the better of that battle.
Rafael Guerreiro. Stumble from Pogba. Able Diogo Jota to get to the ball easily. And off he goes now.
Portugal 1, France 0,
Silva on to
Hungary 1, Germany 0.
Beautiful for Bernardo Silva.
Free kick to Portugal.
Didn't time it right. Hand to pocket again. Free kick Portugal again.
Yeah, a couple of famous Ronaldo step overs, but he has a nibble, gets it wrong there. Just kicks him on the outside of that right boot with his left foot right there. Foul.
43 minutes played, still 1-0
Signs
Portugal,
of,
and still
lack of
1-0 Hungary.
patience, just not quite at it, not defending properly, staying on his feet.
I don't think Kimpembe was put there. It was just a hand to the pocket to get the spray out for the free kick.
Well, this is a better position than the first one that they had.
Silva leaves it. Coutinho couldn't clear and go to contact.
Yeah, that's not ideal. You've got to be the first man there.
Especially when it's him.
You'd think that France would be looking to make some changes in this second half. I don't think that Tolisso on this right hand side has worked at all.
So,
He's got plenty of options to inject some energy and some pace into this side.
Jota.
it's Hungary 1, Germany 0, and Portugal 1, and France 0, and we're just about near half time in both games.
Again, but for the first time, didn't get the pass right.
Jay, you're not sorry because you'll say that and you go and do it, and you go and continue it. So, like,
Sure, he wants to play a little bit more central and drift to wherever he
like,
wants to
subscribe
play.
to the channel.
In the opening 10 minutes, it looked as though we were going to see Pogba quarterback and Mbappe wide receiver all half.
I still think that is an option.
France is still on.
They just need to
France
wake
have got the
up a little
ball. Let's see what France can do. They haven't really caused anything all game. They haven't done anything in the first half of France.
Pogba. Mbappe. Pogba. Mbappe
Oh,
down. Brush with Nelson Semedo. It's given.
penalty.
The referee
Penalty to
has
France.
pointed for a France penalty this time.
Now that's harsh.
Together. Was that all it was, or was it a deliberate block?
Now that's harsh.
By the Portugal player. That's what the Spanish referee thinks it was.
It feels harsh to me.
This is the harsh decision.
Well within his rights to
It looks
stand
like
his ground
Mbappe's
there.
making the meal of it.
That's not a foul.
Mbappe's making the meal.
You're more than allowed to block his run. You can see why these players are not happy, and they're trying to stay calm and ask him to have a look at VAR. You'd think it'd be what he should be going to have a look at.
Because that's not a penalty. That's not a penalty.
Have another look. There's not enough in
That
there
is
to me.
not enough in it to give a penalty. No way is that a
He
penalty.
wasn't invited to go and look at the monitor for the earlier one, despite the France players imploring that that should happen.
This is not a penalty. This one's less of a penalty than the Portugal one.
He's telling them that he's in consultation now, and it will be checked by VAR.
Because I don't think it's a penalty. I think it's a lot more harsh.
But even still, that
I think it's harsh because he's just on his ground. That's all he's doing.
fair enough. But I'm not sure what Semedo is supposed to do there.
Well, it's not being overruled. Now, France do have penalty problems. They don't have a Ronaldo. Well, they do actually, Olivier Giroud. But he's not on the field. So it's Benzema who's missed the last 3 penalties that he's taken for his country.
Benzema did the penalty for
Against
France.
Wales on the 2nd of June in the warm-up match. Benzema. The drought is over. The long wait has gone for him.
Benzema has scored for France.
Right on the brink of half-time. Benzema is back on the international stage.
Well, you wouldn't say they deserve it, but that was a hugely pressure penalty for him to stick away. And they missed his last 3.
That is not a penalty.
I mean, that is not a foul. It really
That is
isn't.
not a penalty. All day long in the
That's not
sun.
that man's job to make those decisions. It's his job to stick the ball in the back of the net for his country. And he does it with real conviction here. Whips it, sends Patricio the wrong way. He gets his team back in this game.
Benzema scored for France.
Little show of respect there between the two giants.
Long-time Real Madrid teammates.
One pen for you, one pen for me.
And 1-1 in Budapest. A decision and a goal that's a potential game changer, could be a group changer. I understand the criticisms, but I do quite like this. 4-4.
Hi, Jamie. Hello, Jamie. How are you?
Final round of games.
It definitely feels different this time than it did the last time. I think in the last
It's
European
Portugal 1,
Championships,
France
some of the-
1.
Some of the games were a little bit slow and teams quite happy to hold on for draws in the last 10-15 minutes, but it's been exciting, especially with groups like this.
At half time, I will be popping off for 5 minutes.
Sit down, Mr. Santos, please, is the message from the referee.
He's not happy, and rightly so. I think it's a poor decision from the referee. You know, sometimes whether he's felt that the one he's given to Portugal in the first place and he's felt like he's needed to even it out, I don't know, but it was the wrong decision.
Good. You look a bit upset. Why do you think I look upset, Jamie?
Pembe.
I will wreck it. How is that a pen? In every sense of the word, how is that a pen? Mbappe was inviting that contact and then went over. That's less of a penalty than Hugo Lloris. The penalty that Portugal were given.
And Mbappe went down again. It was Nelson Semedo next to him again, and this time that was all about his own steam.
It was a really good bit of play by France. There's the ball from Tolisso. I think it's his own man that trips him up. I think that's the issue. I think Benzema the one that clips him by mistake.
So we just wait for the half-time whistle to blow.
Sanchez.
No, I don't see him down. Guys, I will be popping off for 5 minutes at the end. Has anyone called you stuff or something? Yeah, guy called Jay. Oh, he's been basically on the chat to cause trouble, basically.
He is on a yellow card. But the whistle went not for the award of a free kick, but for half-time in Budapest. The 2 penalties that will be
half-time.
I'm sure in a moment.
France 1, Portugal 1, Hungary 1, Germany 0. I will see you guys in about 5 minutes. Just got to pop off. So I'll see you guys in 5 minutes.
In this story tonight, plenty of drama. I feel like we should be having the EastEnders drum beats on a Wednesday night. Half-time. Portugal 1, France 1.
Yeah, the old Real Madrid teammates there walking off, probably both saying, "Oh, we got away with the penalty there, Peace, didn't we? Get a goal in that game." Real controversy, obviously, and we'll discuss that in a few moments. But first, let's look at how things currently stand in Group F. And, well, anything could happen. Remarkable, isn't it, as it stands that Germany would go out of the Euros in the group stage, as they did, of course, 3 years ago in the World Cup. France are top currently, Portugal second. But I sense there is a lot of twists and turns to come, Alan. That was some remarkable decisions in that.
Yeah, France needed that because they've been really poor in that first half, and they needed a little bit of luck to get back into that game. And I didn't think it was a penalty at all. I mean, Bernardo Silva and Renato Sanchez have been absolutely magnificent for Portugal. They're the ones that have played the better football, and the nullified. And Benzema had one chance. Mbappe had one chance. He may have been offside, but other than that, they've looked pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I think Portugal generally have had the better of it, wouldn't you say, Frank?
Yeah, both teams are quite compact, quite low block really. They're not. No one's really exposing themselves. But I think Portugal have played better, got more passes together, a bit more control of the game. It's France. They're looking very off the pace. They're passive as a team. They're lopsided at the moment. They have nothing on the right. They have a centre back at right back, and Tolito's playing. I know as a centre midfield player, you don't want to play on the right if you're not going to run past anyone. So I think France have got some adjustments to do, and that goal made them a little bit lucky, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? You'll look at your own team, and you know we're all English, obviously, and you go, well, we're not playing with much, courage and flair, but not many teams are, particularly in the group stage. It's all a bit cagey, isn't it? Everyone's feeling their way, trying to find a bit of form.
Yeah, and there's no one standing out. We mentioned it before the game. There's not really a real stand-up team. I mean, Italy are probably the most convincing team and consistent team. But would you say they're going to go on and win it? Belgium have done well in fits and starts as well, but. Again, France, everyone's favourite, who were saying their B team could probably win this and go close to winning it, but they haven't been consistent either. But get to knockout stages, and listen, I think we'll see a difference in a lot of the teams.
2 very controversial penalty decisions to look at. The first one, well, he certainly got. You wouldn't normally get it, let's put it that way, because goalkeepers are usually protected quite well, aren't they? But
well, you should get it because I didn't think that's a pen. I mean, Danilo's got to the ball first. He's headed it. Lloris has mistimed coming out, and he's whacked him in the air. So he only got the ball because he headed it onto him.
That's GBH.
Look, penalty all day, that is.
That does look particularly vicious on that angle, yeah.
I think goalkeepers have been given leeway for years to come and catch things and have their knee up, but when you're punching and you come out with that sort of speed, then and you maybe get a bit of the ball, but you go through the play like that. Dangerous play.
Could even been a red, possibly. But I mean, it's just surprising to see it because they never give anything against goalkeepers, do they? Normally,
they're like a protected species, aren't they? Goalkeepers normally. So I was quite pleased to see that. I thought it was dangerous, reckless, and the penalty was definitely right decision.
Step forward, Cristiano Ronaldo, now the outright top scorer at the Euros and World Cup combined. He's got 20 goals, overtaking Miroslav Klose. Just 1 goal now behind Ali Dye's all-time record. Extraordinary.
And top scorer.
You never thought for a second he would miss.
Sticks to the way really well, didn't he? Supreme confidence, focused, head down.
You can't doubt this man. He lives for those moments. He rises himself to the occasion, no doubt.
Loves it, doesn't he?
Loves it.
Loves it, and quite rightly so. Remarkable footballer. Then we had another penalty decision. Do you think there's a sense the referee trying to even things up a little bit, or?
I think so. This is a terrible decision. I don't think there's any doubt in any of our minds sitting here. Anyone at home, I'm sure. This is good defending from Semedo, who I've been critical of as a defender, especially in these situations, coming inside the pitch. He just puts his body between himself.
Is there a raised, the referee indicated that there was a raised arm. It's Lahoth, the referee's quite
You're taught as a defender.
He's got a huge ego.
As a defender, you're taught to get yourself sometimes. You can ease people out of the way, but here, it's not enough contact for him to even go down. I know he does go down, but it's
next to
that's not a penalty.
Yeah, he's made far too much. I mean, Mbappe's travelling at pace. He's got slightly inside him. I agree with him. He might have closed the space a little bit late to Mela, but I think he does get there.
Do you think the referee gives that if he hadn't given the first one?
I think he gives whatever he wants to give.
Yeah,
the referee.
He's got a huge ego. He was actually very good in the Champions League final, wasn't he? But he's quite a character.
Never a pen for me.
No
chance.
Benzema, we probably weren't as confident Benzema scored as Ronaldo because he's missed his last 3 for France, including in a warm-up game against Wales, I think.
And it's his first 9 appearances at the Euros, first goal for France for 6 years for obvious reasons, but
gutsy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you've got to be brave with a record like his and with how long it's been. So, and he was.
But it's a moment to rely on your top players. We just seen Ronaldo do it. Benzema's been a top player all his career.
Yeah, that experience. Renato Sanchez, I think both of you picked him out as one of the more impressive players on the pitch.
Yep, he's been brought in as well. He was
remember, he was at Swansea, struggled a bit there, didn't he?
Struggled at Swansea,
but here he's in
Bayern Munich, won the league at Lille last season. He started the game really well, confident. But I think that his tenacity that he's brought to the midfield has been something that they were going to do to combat the likes of Pogba and Kante. And I think he's been up there with Moutinho, who's controlled a lot of it, but also Bernardo Silva. But I think he's been stand out for me in energy as well. Yeah,
I think so. I think if you looked at the makeup of the midfield before the game, you might consider Kante, Pogba and the energy of the team, but he's brought energy, he's brought physicality, he's happy to put his body in. He looks like a player to me that's probably been training well behind the scenes. You put him in and go, okay, you deserve to play, and he's definitely delivering here.
Looked full of confidence, hasn't he?
He loves contact. There's some players like that in midfield, Frank, when you used to play it, you don't want them to have who like contact, who ride tackles so well like him.
They accept contact. You have contact and you come off the worst. They hurt you because they're physically strong, and they also learn they're savvy to know to stick their body in at the right time. He's done it a few times now.
Yeah, I think both these teams will go through. We're not quite sure in what position, but Germany losing at half time. Can you imagine going out at this stage?
Not to disrespect Hungary before the game.
Never disrespect Hungary at all.
Jurgen was supremely confident when Jurgen.
Yeah.
where is he?
Yeah.
Where's Jurgen?
He's doing the game. He's in another studio. Don't worry. I don't think he's probably listening to us. Let's show you what happened in the first half in Munich. Watching Germany versus Hungary. Robbie Savage and Steve Bauer.
Oh, what a touch that is from Kimmich. That's a good save. Gulacsi reacted well.
Yes, a good strong right hand from Gulacsi. Tight angle.
They've numbers forward here, Hungary. Shalhoi's delivery is an excellent one, as was Shalhoi's header. The man who plays in Germany scores against Germany.
What a pass that is, gets in between the defenders. What a start for Hungary.
Germany have their first corner. Kimmich with it. Oh, there's the header from Hummels, back off the bar.
Wonderful header, gets above Orban. So close.
Germany playing at home as well, and well, there it is. If they finish 1-0, it will be Germany going home. Hungary will go through in 3rd place, and England will play Portugal. And a reminder that Wales versus Denmark on Saturday, and whoever England play next Tuesday are both live on the BBC. Wales are still in Rome following their group game with Italy. They train today and will fly to Amsterdam tomorrow for the Denmark match. The Wales manager Robert Page is expecting a difficult game on Saturday.
We've got nothing but respect for them. We're up against a very, very tough team. You know, all aspects of the game really, really well. They work hard for each other. They rat in numbers. You know, without the ball, they will be all over you. So you haven't got a second on the ball. They've got some quality in the team. They've changed shape recently from a back four to a three. So we're not sure quite how they're going to approach the game. But ultimately, we can't control that. We can only control what we know. I'll get the best 11 on that pitch to win us the game. That'll be the mentality it has been throughout. And we know, when you look at our team sheet, any opposing manager will respect what we've got in the team, and we've got the best in Europe that can hurt teams as well. We've got a senior group of players that continue to keep those standards, and then you've got a younger group of players that have been in the system that I work with the 21s, that have the same morals and beliefs and how we go about our work. So it's a good blend. The younger ones push the senior ones, and the senior ones every now and again keep them in check.
Have a real chance, Wales, aren't they? Getting through to the quarter-final. Denmark, what, 50-50, you would say that?
Yeah,
one?
I'd say so. I think they've got two superstars, genuine superstars, who inspire all of the players, all that country, and I think that they've got a spirit that kind of underpins everything there, that you give them a chance whenever they play.
Yeah, when they get that dragon on the shirt, it real spurs them on, doesn't it?
Yeah, quality and emotion. We saw that in the last Euros, and why not?
Semi-final against England, I reckon.
Well, so.
Well, Wales, England, that'd be something
Great.
special, wouldn't it? Imagine that. that would be. Who knows? You never know. It kind of brings us to England. First chance we've had to talk about last night's game. It was a little bit like the first match, wasn't it? In the sense that a good first 45 minutes, and then a little bit of kind of, let's hold on to what they've got.
Yeah, I thought there was plenty of positives. They started the game very well. Harry Kane was better. The two guys he brought in were fantastic. I thought in Grealish and Saka. Harry Maguire, I thought, helped England play on the front foot with his ability to pass that ball forward and get it into into Harry Kane. So England, Italy, only teams not to concede in the tournament. So there's plenty of positives to look forward to again.
A little bit dour you could be accused of, but they're through. Comfortable group winners, didn't concede a goal.
Yeah, I think tournament football, to have those kind of performances, Scotland was the major one where we all kind of sat up and said we don't like that, and I'm sure Gareth would have addressed a lot of things going into yesterday. I felt that we picked up the speed of the game in that first half much more than we've done in the tournament so far. When with Saka turning for the first goal and going past them and breaking the line, Grealish will always do that, and we just had more speed, and we were sort of penetrating with Luke Shaw arriving, so it was more exciting in that part. But there's to try and, I think, sustain periods in the opposition half and maybe be a bit better on the ball is something we need to look at.
Some people say, well, it was very dull in the second half, but is that game management, Rio? Is that about winning and getting through, or do you need something more? Do we need more of a spark?
We want more. I think we're greedy and we're almost desperate as a nation because we've not won anything. But you want more. I'd want more in the knockout stages. I think Gareth, regardless of what's happened or anyone says, he'll be satisfied right now with where they are. He's getting players back who have been injured and been questioned for their fitness. They've played good minutes. Now you get into the knockout phases, there's no excuses, and I think that's when you want to see England have some rhythm, some consistency in the way they're playing, and like Frank said, I totally agree. Have some sustained attacks in the opponent's half, because that's something that we've lacked.
They're going to have to get better, but look at the games that we've looking at tonight in Portugal and in France. They have their downside as well. They haven't been perfect. So yes, England can improve, I'm sure they will, but I think there was enough yesterday to suggest that they will do.
Mason Mount, Frankie's ends his his quarantine, or he's had to hide away obviously for a week. On Monday, that's the day before the game. Does that put him out of contention for a place? It shouldn't do. I suppose his fitness is unquestioned.
His fitness is unquestioned. How he'll handle himself, I'm not sure what the practical nature of it, if he can get out and train, but if he can on his own and keep himself at a level, I think we've seen Gareth rely on him, and I think with the level of game we're going to have, where we're going to have to be very good off the ball as well as on the ball, Mason is a very complete package, and I just sense that if he can train on Monday with the team, whether it be Monday evening before the Tuesday game or whatever, get him anywhere near fit, I think Mason. He's so intelligent that I think part of the game plan going into the game, I think you can drop it to Mason in meetings and he picks things up. So I wouldn't be surprised if he relies on him, whatever.
I mean, all that spells where you don't train for a week and play on the Saturday, it doesn't make that much difference, does it?
Yeah, it depends on who you are. I like to have training sessions behind me going into a game. But listen, if need be, and the games like this on this stage, Mason Mount's a young kid, fearless in every situation you throw him into.
I just think I'm sure that Gareth has looked at it and perhaps thought that if England did have a weak point, it would have been defensively. You can tell they've worked on that a lot, and they've done very well at that side of things. It's just taken a little bit away from the attacking side of things, but I think that will without doubt improve, and it's going to have to be.
Oh, indeed. Plenty more to watch after us tonight. Peter Crouch is back with the latest episode of his late Euros from 10:45. Ecuador versus Peru is the live Copa America match on BBC iPlayer. On BBC Two tomorrow, there's live coverage of England's cricketers against Sri Lanka in the second T20. And Match of the Day Top 10 Euros can be listened to on BBC Sounds or watched on iPlayer. Oh, substitute. You can see for yourselves who that is. Dina, Everton, of course. Looks like Portugal are making one as well. I'm sure Guy Mowbray and Jermaine Genius will be on top of it for us.
Thank you, Gary. Yes, Luca Dean is on for Lucas Hernandez. Hernandez, one of the trio booked in the first half. And Portugal giving first minutes at this tournament to the Sporting defensive midfielder João Palhinha. He's replacing Danilo. He made his debut in March in the World Cup qualifiers. This will be the 5th appearance for the 25-year-old, all as a substitute. Title winner with Sporting. They've got his sock ties.
No, I think sometimes they complain, the referees, about too much white on your socks showing.
Hello everybody, Portugal versus
Red tape.
France.
Yeah.
And the other one, which is Germany versus
The goal for Cristiano Ronaldo, caused by Karim Benzema. His first international goal since October.
so
Well, made his comeback, didn't he? In the warm-up games, his first international appearances since October 2015.
second half is on the way, folks.
The validity of both penalty decisions, but particularly the one that got France back in the game on the stroke of half-time.
Yeah, it wasn't the correct decision. What was interesting though is, I think there was a reaction from Ronaldo that the camera just caught, which was to calm down everybody. And look at this guy; he's been incredible, by the way.
Back on Portugal.
Sanchez. Nice introduction for Luca Dean.
But yeah, it was the kind of decision that you can, as a team, you can lose your heads a little bit. But yeah, they're going at half time. Hopefully, they've said that they've played well and to try and do a bit more of the same.
Pepe down the right. Pepe ready for it.
Hello, Jamie. How are you?
We've done much talking about Pepe at this tournament yet. His longevity is worth remarking on. He's been in the team of the tournament, the representative squad picked at the last 3 European Championships.
Record.
His experience is one thing, but his physical attributes that he still maintains in his career is it's remarkable, really, to still be doing it at this level. So important to his country.
Germany 0. Hungary 1 and Portugal 1 and France 1.
Topper through. Benzema in.
Benzema scores!
Benzema finishes. He really is back for France.
I think he's off.
Oh, he is.
Benzema offside.
I mean, it's a shame if he is, because Paul Pogba's just pulled another rabbit out of the hat here.
Benzema offside.
Oh, hang on.
That doesn't look offside, does it?
It's incredibly tight.
It's really tight. It's a beautifully weighted pass just to even spot it in the first place. but to deliver it is incredible. And the finish weren't bad either.
They're just checking to see if the goal's going to be given.
Goal, and it is a goal. They've had a look. They've sorted the angles out.
Goal for France, and it's Benzema. 2-1 France.
France can indulge in a delayed celebration. They have the lead in Budapest.
Well, it was a special goal as well. It really was.
Benzema has scored for France. It's 2-1.
Quality to get in behind you whenever they want. The run was spot on. In behind Ruben Diaz. He knows exactly what he wants to do. He knows where the goal is there. Karim Benzema. And he does there what he's been doing his whole career, sticking the ball in the back of the net. It was all about Paul Pogba. The spot in the pass, the weight of it. It's about 3 of those he's put in this game today on a plate for players.
So, guys, if you guys like the streams, like, sub, and subscribe to the channel if you are new.
2 goals for Karim Benzema. What about Cristiano
Ronaldo! Oh!
He was just on his way back down to earth.
Ronaldo nearly equalised seconds later. This game's end to end.
You were just expecting the net to bulge here, weren't you? Lovely flighted ball from Guerrero. It's exactly what he wants to go and attack. Like you said, I think he's just on the way down, so he lost a bit of control there.
Well, another goal means we should keep you up to date with how the group standings are now. And that's what it means.
Hungary! Stay like this, please! We want to play Hungary!
In third place.
We want to play Hungary! We want to play Hungary!
This is the only way they can go out. If they lose this and Hungary beat Germany,
oh, come on!
England against Hungary.
Oh, give us Hungary! But we will be the champions kids on this planet if the result ends like this and we play Hungary. It will be the greatest result on planet Earth. This will be the greatest result ever in the history of European football if we ended up getting absolutely jammy out of this group. We were like so worried that we were going to play France, we were going to play Germany, we were going to play Portugal, and potentially we are about 40 minutes away from playing Hungary. Oh my days. If Hungary could score another goal, please, if Hungary could score another goal, I will be in that. I'll be... Hello Dale, how are you doing? I am in love. I'm in love. Because potentially England could have basically have just got out of jail. We are 40 minutes away. We are 40 minutes away from playing Hungary on Tuesday at 5 o'clock. Hungary. We would have got... the rabbit would have been pulled out of the hat and we... It is a bit... I just cannot believe. I just cannot believe what I am seeing. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. I now want France to win. Because if France win, and the result in Munich stays as it is, or if Hungary were to score another goal, then we could be playing Hungary. We would get so lucky. We would get so lucky.
Tolisso might go to fullback.
Yeah, I think he's been right back before.
It is. It would just be the rabbit out of the absolute hat if it stays as it is. Oh my God, I would celebrate like it's the biggest thing on planet Earth.
That must be horrible. All that work.
He's fuming. He knows what it means. And if he's pulled his quad, he'll be out.
Oh my God, I've never felt so excited for what has just transpired. We could be jamming. We're like the jammiest games on planet Earth. England could, if it stays now as it is in Munich, we are playing Hungary on Tuesday night, on Tuesday evening. So Portugal and Ronaldo, don't score please. Don't score please, because it means we won't be playing Hungary. If Germany score, we won't be playing Hungary. But if, and I'll say this is an if Hungary were to go another, then more or less we'd be playing Hungary. And I'll be celebrating it. If we play Hungary in the next round, I'm going to celebrate forever the day that we've just been given a helping hand. Because it's just... It didn't came to my mind that we could possibly be facing Hungary, and I didn't really... It just... Can France just score more goals, please? France, can you go down the other end, pass the ball to Benzema and let him put him in the back of the net, please? If it means that if this means we play Hungary, I will take it every day of the week.
You were right first time.
But come on, Hungary. If you're an England fan, cheer on Hungary, please. We all need to cheer on Hungary. We need to cheer on Hungary because we need them to stay at 1-0 or France get another goal, and then means if Hungary were to score, it doesn't matter what happens because we'll be playing Hungary still. We just don't want Hungary to score another goal before France score another goal because it means we'll be playing France, and Hungary will be top in the group.
Comes Lloris.
And we want to get Hungary would just be the jammiest thing on earth. When all of us were thinking, oh, we're gonna play Portugal, we're gonna play France, we're gonna play Germany. And then the luckiest thing on planet of the things, we play the weakest team in the group. You don't seem to be the weakest team in the group because looking at how Hungary play, they are attacking. They have attacking mentality that they're not giving up against Germany. Went 1-0 up, and they're going for more, and it's a surprise. But oh my, I'm just like, guys, I still just all we need, and I never thought I would say this. France, can you please win this game by a hatful, please? So it means that Hungary don't have a chance to go above you in the group.
2008.
Oh, this would just be the... I just want to say ice on the cake. But we are... I am, at the moment, nervous, to say the least. I'm more nervous watching the Hungary-Germany game than I am watching France-Portugal. Because whatever happens in this game...
It's all Adelaide. They're blur again in Budapest.
No, we are not playing France. We play whoever is second in the group. We play whoever's second in the group. It's whoever finished second in our group plays first in the group that we're watching. Whoever is first in our group is playing second in Group F, which is Portugal and France group. So whatever, at the moment we're playing Hungary.
I think Portugal are a bit shocked here.
We've never played Hungary. I think we've never played Hungary in competitive games. So be a whole new experience for the boys. For the boys in white, but for us it'd be boys in like red or something. No, for us it'd be white because it'd be at Wembley. I'm like nervous that. Thank you, Adam. Adam Cavani. Welcome to the stream. Just to let you, and just to let you guys know what can happen if France don't score another goal in this game, but then Hungary go and score a second against Germany. Hungary would then go above France into first. Means that at that point we would play France. And do we want that? No. We do not want that. We want to play Hungary. So it means Hungary, we would want France to score another goal. So it means if France score another goal, and even if Hungary would score another goal, it means Hungary would still stay second and France would be first. So we also just gotta pray. And also, we just got to pray about... guys, we just got to pray that we do not that we do not have Germany scoring. That Germany don't score. And that Portugal don't score.
Has to switch back on. It's not going to change the ref's mind.
Okay, Gundogan has gone off for Germany, and Lucas Goretzka has come on. I'm nervous in every sense of the word. Just even though the only reason I'm nervous is that whatever happens in either of these games affects England. Oh, that's not a handball.
The shot is saved, and the referee's given a penalty for handball.
That is 2 yards from him.
That was all happening at very close quarter.
It's 2 yards, 2 inches from him.
Well, there's a couple of things here.
How are you expecting him to move the ball out of the way?
From the body, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it is close. But you'd say, I'm not sure his arm needs to be that high up, really. No, usually they do bring proximity into play.
It is about 2 inches from his body, so how is he going to be able?
I think he's got that one right, personally.
I agree, but he is about literally 2 inches from him, blasting the ball at him. If he didn't hit that, he would have hit him in the face. Can Hungary score a second, please? Hungary,
I think of all the ones given, that's the one that there is the least argument about.
They've all been
potentially we could have an equaliser in this game. Potentially we could have an equaliser in this game. This is tense.
I felt like in real time when I saw it, it felt like a penalty. And I think the replay, the only argument I'd have for Koundé is the fact that he was, the proximity to the ball was quite close. But this man's got another big penalty for his country.
Come on, Hugo Lloris.
Ronaldo again.
Hugo Lloris. Save it, please.
Milia Seta.
Did he go the same way?
Please, Hugo, save it. We want to play Hungary, not Portugal, please. Come on, Hugo. 2-2.
There it goes. And that is international goal number 109.
2-2, folks. In 2-2. Portugal 2, France 2.
Portugal 2, France 2. The game is delivering in terms of drama.
Quality.
There he is there, just setting himself.
It's quality.
In his mind, he's so positive in everything that he does.
How interesting that 3 of these goals have all been on the penalty spot.
Goes,
that's unique in itself.
It into the corner.
It's so unique. Having 3 penalties in one game in a Euros is unique. It's unique.
Portuguese joy in the Puskás Arena. And he's the reason for the smiles on the faces again. Portugal are back up into second place. Germany are bottom of the pile once more. That is the live group standing.
Come on, France!
England, Portugal again.
Come on, France!
Margins in it that we're working with at the minute. But these goals, which is what we want to see.
Guys, if you guys are English, we need France to score. We need France to score.
Final group games, 5 out of 11 penalties scored. That's all.
If France score, or if Hungary were to score another goal, Hungary would actually, I think, would go above Portugal.
Oh, he had the 3. Yeah. I was going to say, I know where you're going. Yeah. Maybe he's just thinking, I've had enough of this.
Guys.
Ronaldo's gone on to 5 goals at the championship. There's another thing to aim for, another golden boot.
Come on, France. We need France to score. Because it means England will be playing France. We'll be playing Portugal. We don't think we'll stand a lot of chance against Portugal. Especially when you got Ronaldo in their team.
Nelson Semedo. It's Rabiot just pulled at him a bit. Just a bit, but enough. And he moved at Antonio Mateo Lajos in tonight.
Oh, nearly a second goal for Hungary there.
These two down the right hand side have been asking questions
Nearly a second goal for Hungary.
They link up so well. I mean, naturally, Bernardo
This
Silva
would
likes
be
to drift inside and
an incredible result if Hungary can hang on.
a willing runner all day long.
This would, I would arguably would say, would be the shock of the tournament. Would be the shock of the tournament by far. Who would expect Hungary to go to Germany and do what they are doing? Everyone would have written Hungary off.
Bernardo Silva, who's got far too
Hungary would have not had a chance.
In really good positions. I mean, the first one.
But we're just waiting now. It's still 1-0 to Hungary.
They took it a little bit too far that time when trying to beat Kante.
Tolisso. Here is Kante.
Germany are on the ball.
It's pegged back to 2-2 and being pushed back to their own penalty area.
Here comes Germany. Oh, Hungary are doing well.
Portugal delivered in their final group game 5 years ago. 3 times equalised in their 3-3 draw against Hungary. 3 times they were out, 3 times back in. To Sanchez.
So it's Hungary. Oh, don't give a foul away, man. Still, Portugal 2, France 2, Germany 0, Hungary 1. The Germany score. Germany are 1-0 down to Hungary. Germany score. Come on, Hungary. We need Hungary to score goals.
Munich. Not much reaction in the crowd. Once it filters around, you might hear a bit of moaning and groaning. Because it is Germany 1, Hungary 1. And Chelsea's Kai Havertz has got the goal.
Oh! I should be happy because Kai Havertz has scored.
Gulacsi missed it. Havertz on the line.
I should be happy because Kai Havertz scored. But
Germany
here comes
Hungary
Germany.
But just hang on, because straight away from the restart, this happened. Andras Schaefer has restored Hungary's lead.
Oh, wow.
What was Manuel Neuer doing with that? Germany 1, Hungary 2. It's as we were.
Well, you said originally there might be some groans around the stadium, and then we heard cheers, and I'm thinking, what's going on here? What have they heard? Well, that's exactly what they've heard.
A lot to take in all at once.
Free kick to Germany. I think it's a free kick to Germany.
2-2 here.
Yeah, I think in the middle of all that, we may have missed a change. I think Tolisso has gone off.
Oh, Germany. Ah.
Glad you were watching.
Yeah.
There's Rabiot.
I'm just a little bit behind the Germany game at the moment. Folks.
Benzema to Griezmann.
Oh, here comes Germany. Havertz has scored. Kai Havertz has scored for Germany.
Mbappe. It's a good tackle. Renato Sanchez again.
Kai Havertz has scored for Germany. It's 1-1.
Let's have another look at the table, shall we? It's quickly moving, ever changing.
Look at that for a ball from Griezmann. They do that really well, friends. When they're at it, those balls and the runs from Benzema and Mbappe are a big problem to deal with. And Portugal have struggled with it all game.
There's Griezmann setting up Rabiot. Never able to.
We also need France to score, folks.
Benzema. Pogba thought about it for a second. Now go.
Oh!
Brilliant save. Griezmann.
Oh!
From Rui Patricio.
Second. I could have been so close for England to be playing Hungary.
Having another.
Oh.
He can't get the bend this time, but the Wolves goalkeeper there was magnificent for his country.
Well, everything about this is incredible. He thought about hitting that one, he shifted it, little roll with the studs, and he just whips it towards that far corner. Patricio does so well. Look at that little roll with the studs. Sends Paulinho absolutely everywhere. But the save, the double save.
Havertz has gone off for Germany. Havertz has gone off. And I think Thomas Muller has come on.
That one, he should save, but it's a good save. This next one, he gets
Hungary! Hungary!
to tip it onto the post.
Let's go on! Oh my God! Oh, the shockers! God, you cannot write football. Football is a cruel game, and it's cruel on the Germans, not us, because Hungary have took the lead, and it's 2-1 Hungary. Whoever be thinking this?
Can go out tonight, as if they lose this game, and Hungary beat Germany. Well, Hungary are beating Germany.
Hungary are beating Germany, so come on France! Come on France! England fans, we need English fans, we need a France third. We need a France third, and we can be playing Hungary. We can be playing Hungary if Portugal concede again. We just don't want Portugal to score. Come on France. I never thought I'd be wanting France to win a game, but I need you to win. Come on France. Come on France. Score a third, please.
Koundé, Griezmann.
Hey Jamie, if you're gonna be like that, you will get timed out.
Pogba.
We need France to score. If France score, you might be seeing me celebrate for a nation who England don't really get along with. But if we celebrate a lot by us English, because it means that we could be potentially playing Hungary if France were to score. Come on France!
I think with the addition of Kingsley Coman down that right-hand side,
come on France!
It just adds a completely different dimension.
I never thought I'd be saying this, but France, go and win this, please. I do not care what happens now. Go on and win this, France.
At half-time for a midfielder playing out there on the right, it's really difficult. But for this man, any of those wide areas, Kingsley Coman, he'll cause problems.
Griezmann. Koundé.
Go on! Go on! Oh!
Swing of that one. Headed away by Bernardo
Come on!
Silva. Benzema.
Ah, Benzema! You got 20 minutes to get a third. France have 20 minutes to get a third in this game.
Diogo Jota.
Go on, Kante.
One by Kante, then
come on, France.
acted as the shield. Pogba.
I never thought us English would be wanting France to win a game. Because we don't, it means we have a slightly easier game against Hungary. If Portugal were to score, it would be heartbreaking.
Ronaldo.
And if anyone can break our hearts, it'd be Ronaldo. But if Germany were to equalise, then the picture changes again.
I think initially he was thinking about the ball into Diogo Jota, who made a good run at the far post. As we look at this lovely bit of skill, and this save is incredible from Patricio. It really is. Gets up and gets himself ready for the next one. But he's just going the other way, which makes it more difficult. He has to launch off that right leg and get across to save that. And that one, you can see the players just lurking. If you don't get that right, parries it away out.
Come on, France! Come on, France!
Two saves that keep Portugal on their way through to the last 16.
Bruno Fernandes is coming on. Bernardo Silva is going off.
Changes Bernardo Silva. City off, United on with Bruno Fernandes. Talks about his omission yet. this evening, Jermaine, but it's on now. João Moutinho makes way for his Molineux colleague Ruben Neves.
Ruben Neves is going on, and Moutinho is going off.
I think his omission was the right decision, from the manager. He hadn't offered a lot.
Jamie, you don't. Your name does not sound Portuguese.
And he's got a big 20 minutes of time added on now to show the team and the manager that he can do maybe a different role, because I feel like they're going to be under a bit of pressure in the latter stages of this game.
But why yesterday? Why were you supporting Scotland? Are you Scottish or are you Portuguese? What?
This evening, Portugal have been in every position in the group, first to fourth at some stage.
Come on, France!
A stat that they will not care about. All they care about is where they finish when we stop talking come the end of this game.
Right. Jamie, are you Portuguese or are you Scottish?
It's felt that way as well. It's really ebbed and flowed. You feel that, both teams have had their moments. The second half, France have just got to grips with it.
Come on, France.
Got
go on.
Energy into their game.
Oh!
Not a great header by Ruben Diaz, but he's not lucky.
My own country.
Not able to do anything with it.
You don't sound Portuguese. And why were you supporting Scotland yesterday? You're making you make in no sense, Jamie. You are. How can you support Scotland and Portugal? Have you got family connections to Portugal and Scotland?
Santos comments before it. He said, in between being pretty and being at home, or being ugly and being here, I prefer to be ugly. Might be a time for that now.
Or do you support Scotland because you just want to?
Yeah, that was pretty ugly. And they can do that though, Portugal. They've shown that, especially in the last European Championships when they dug in. They've got the players to come on. They can play with much more of a low block and make life difficult for you. He's made a couple of changes, I think, just to inject some energy. I think France was starting to bypass that midfield.
Thank you, Adam.
So the addition of Neves and Bruno Fernandes just gives them more players comfortable on the ball.
Come on, Hungary.
There's a lot of talk about kind of game management with the England team the other day.
Come on, France!
Part of game management as well is keeping the ball, starving the opposition of the ball. It's a great run from Benzema, it really is. The other thing I'd say from Diaz's point of view, he's got to drop sooner.
I a little bit do agree, Adam.
He's got to be aware of that run. It is his job to drop, to play channel side. Don't get me wrong. And the argument, I'm sure that maybe Rio would say if he's in that position, it would be Pepe's responsibility to get across and police that. But either way, when the midfielder's got so much time on the ball, they just need to drop a little bit earlier.
Come on, France. 15 minutes for you to get one goal that can change this. That means that England will be playing Hungary on Tuesday evening. Come on, France. If France were to score, I'll celebrate it like it's the biggest thing on planet Earth.
Takes over. Griezmann lining it up.
Oh!
Well lined up with it. Was
come on, France!
Might as well. They kept backing off.
France have gone up a gear.
Come on, France! We need you to score.
The way they've improved in this game is this serving even more notice to the others, Jermaine, that here are the favourites.
Yeah, look at their movement now. I mean, Benzema's on the right-hand side.
It's like one of our mods has been saying one guy's been a bit annoying. Go on! Oh!
Headed behind by Ruben Neves.
It's a corner. It's a corner. I didn't go out. It's a throw-in.
Radio being writhed out of the way by Bruno Fernandes. Meantime, Nelson Semedo wants a bit of stretching.
Well, I'm not surprised. Hopefully it's just cramp.
Come on, France!
He's played really well.
Come on, France! I never thought I'd be saying this for life, that I want France to win.
guard his knee there, whether he's just got cramp from jumping up.
Bit of a straight leg landing, wasn't it?
It was a bit. And hopefully it's just
Come on, France.
a bit of cramp here. Don't look great.
Oh, we need France to score.
Bit of concern on the face of Fernando Santos. They will restart for Pepe's. No, Pepe's made the decision. He's saying that Portugal have to make the change.
Well, yeah, look, they can't afford. You know, I think Pepe's feeling it. He's sensing what France are doing. He's sensing the feeling of the game. He knows they're there and poised to get that next goal that would be devastating for them. And he wants fresh legs around him.
He's saying to Pepe he's all right. In the meantime, they're not hanging about, and there's going to be an international debut for Diogo Dalot, the fullback who's on loan at Milan from Manchester United.
He's had a really good game for Portugal, Semedo. It's a shame it's had to kind of finish this way, but I kind of understand why Pepe said, look, if you're not 100%, I need players around me that are fresh and...
Come on! Come on, France!
Feeling good for these latter stages in the game.
Well, here's how things can happen in a football career. He was only brought into the squad at the last minute after João Cancelo's positive COVID test.
Come on, France.
Kick given to the Portuguese. There's 11 minutes of the 90 to go. I think it's worth just reminding ourselves of how the group stands right now. It could very quickly change.
Well, it has been, hasn't it?
About the same time left in the other game, which is still Germany 1, Hungary 2. Yes, Germany 1, Hungary 2. Here it's still 2 goals each between Portugal and France. Which means France 1, Portugal 2, Hungary through as one of the 4 best third-place teams, and Germany out.
Come on, France. Oh, I want France to score so badly, just because it means we'll be playing.
France get a goal in this. Changes in this one too, because it would mean Portugal out of the top.
Sorry, I got to go. Maybe I'll be here tomorrow if you're streaming. See you later. That's all right, Adam.
Strong running again from Renato Sanchez.
So good.
Come on, France.
He knows
Don't
exactly
let your guard
what
down.
Sanchez wants to do. He just wants to get a yard of space to get that onto his right foot, just to hit the shot, and he just blocks those lines with the places that he stands in. Essentially, when he's tracking back, he just doesn't let you pull the trigger.
Sanchez was the teenager who came onto the scene in a blaze of glory. Cost many millions of euros for Bayern Munich from Benfica, and lost his way a bit. The loan spell at Swansea City just didn't go well for him at all, but he has come back to life in 2 years at Lille. All up to Kingsley
Come on.
Coman. Koundé.
Well, they've got themselves into a much lower block now, Portugal, with numbers behind the ball. I think it's a good decision from them. They were just allowing one too many gaps at one point.
Germany have equalised.
They look pretty solid in this shape.
Germany have equalised.
Something else has happened in Munich, and it's Leon Goretzka who's made it happen for Germany. Desperate stuff from Joachim Löw's side. What a strike that is from Goretzka. It is 2-2 in that one as well.
Wow.
Here's Mbappe. Pogba.
It's all going off tonight.
3-2 in both games. And I reckon that'll be back to as we were at the start. After all that. France, Germany, Portugal, Hungary. We're back for England, Germany again on Tuesday. Oh, we should stop speculating. It could change again.
It's going to. I'm just going to stop listening now until the game's finished.
One card for Kimpembe.
He's gone flying in there on Ronaldo. Look at this. I mean, oh, a great challenge that.
7 minutes to go for this to all change around again. France, Germany, Portugal, Hungary in a thrilling Group F. So Portugal have been in every position in the group, but we're looking forward to that game at Wembley next Tuesday. At some stage England have been playing every one of the teams in this group. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes goes on. Ronaldo thwarted by Kingsley Coman.
Yeah, he was lining it up on here again, a bit like Renato Sanchez before. And they just got bodies around him in that midfield. It was Kingsley Coman that time from the right-hand side, helping out.
The guy the guy just kept spamming and spamming and spamming, so we timed him out for spamming.
Pepe. Bruno Fernandes. Got free of Rabiot. And he made Varane make a decision in the middle.
Well, it's brilliant play from Fernandes. He'd be well within his rights to be asking the question. You know, somebody needs to get in there. Diogo Jota from the far side was just caught on his heels a little bit. Probably didn't expect Fernandes to get there.
Fernandes throw. When he's ready. Pogba followed Ruben Neves. He's quickly back up. Pogba, Pepe.
He's done some stuff tonight, Pogba. I have to say, some nice skills here and there. He's probably not really been 100% even at his best, but some incredible bits of play.
Here's Coman. Wasn't the way through to Benzema. There is a chance for Griezmann.
Oh!
Neves flung himself in the path of the shot. Missed him. It missed everything.
Yeah, he does everything right here, Kingsley Coman. I think the only surprise is how far this is off target. It's everything that Griezmann would have wanted on his left foot. Coming onto it, time to pick his spot.
That's his last shot. Antoine Griezmann off to give Moussa Sissoko his first bit of game time in the competition. Portugal substitution as well. Sergio Oliveira taking over from Renato Sanchez, and that must purely be to do with the miles that he's covered. He's been terrific. Doesn't want to come off just yet, though.
Had a good game, Renato Sanchez.
Terrific.
Come on, Hungary, don't lose it now.
A lot to that midfield that they were missing the other night against the Germans.
Portuguese supporters in attendance have certainly appreciated what Renato Sanchez has brought to the team. His first start of Euro 2020 has gone well.
You've got to give him a lot of credit. You know, a lot of people here in England, saw what the player went through during his time at Swansea, and he was in a hugely low place to rebuild himself back up to where he is now on the world stage. Shows he's got a lot of character.
There's 4 minutes added on time in Munich between Germany and Hungary. That is 2-2. And it is 2-2 here between Portugal and France.
Understandably, there's a bit of standing off now and the pace has dropped.
Yeah, I think this is where maybe both teams understand exactly where they are. So it's going to be playing it out.
Company. He thought he was fouled, the referee didn't. Bruno Fernandes.
I mean, I suppose this is the time of the game where you can start to think if, as an England fan, it looks like we'll be up against the Germans as it is right now. I mean, my only concern, of playing against anybody in this group is the standard of game that they've had on a regular basis, up against each other, top players, in comparison to what we've had. They've been testing themselves in every single game in their group. The Germans have had some highs, some lows, some really tough games, but I think that's where we as England are going to have to just step up our game and get a more consistent performance throughout the whole 90 minutes rather than 45 minutes here and there. It'll probably change now anyway, now I've said that.
There's 5 minutes to go here, yeah. Rabia. Might be one more little burst from one or other of these sides. Sissoko. Kante. Pogba.
We're into the 5 minutes of added on time in the Portugal-France game. And it's 2-2 between Hungary and Germany. 2-2.
But he did perhaps take a bit of a risk himself.
It looks clumsy. Got a good run at him, Fernandes here. I mean, he's money on the back of the calf.
Oh, that could be a penalty.
Just going to see if he made it inside the box when he catches him there. It's close. I mean, it's not been given, but he's definitely caught Kingsley Coman there.
He wasn't going to let him get away. The referee is being talked to.
He is,
He's pointed to his ear then.
Maybe he has given it, I don't know. It's
making it clear to all that the referee started play. It's walked away to where a free kick might be given, although Rui Patricio has the ball under his grasp right now. Now looks as though it's get on with it. But that, with the check still going on, officially, I think Antonio Mateo has made his mind up.
Nothing's been overturned as yet with the penalties we've had.
That is one of those where if he had given it,
Yeah.
I don't suppose it would have been overturned that way.
No, and if they're not overturned the Semedo one, they're not going to overturn this. So but there was contact, little moment of panic there for Bruno Fernandes.
He's happy to let it go. The news is filtering now, although Fernando Santos hasn't got it, that it is over in Germany. And it is Germany 2, Hungary 2, which means that these two could just play this one out.
Well, that's that then. You know, what a group it's been. And you know what? Huge credit to Hungary for their performance within it all. Pushed Germany all the way this evening.
It's Pogba. Do you think they've heard now?
Yeah. That's the groans you were talking about earlier.
Let's just have a look at one another and you have a pass about for a bit. Why not? They've earned it. They've given us a terrific evening's entertainment.
Yeah, they have. Some good performances in there. I mean, Paul Pogba's been in cruise control, I think, for 90 minutes, but just some little bits of brilliance.
Oh,
Right, all the shots,
you're just
the
being an
through
idiot
balls
then,
he's played.
fool.
The midfield battle's been interesting. I think Portugal have held their own. A couple of big goals and more records for Ronaldo. What's he on, 5 goals?
5 goals.
That's going to be tough to beat.
Pepe.
Into the last few seconds of this game between Portugal and France.
In the seconds. Pepe. One last sprint maybe for Ruben Neves. It's Oliveira who went for it. And kick at the ball meant to kick at Koundé, and it's going to be a France free kick.
I think you can see exactly where he got kicked. Koundé.
Bye, Jamie.
Two centre halves collide, but Koundé does really well, gets around on the cover.
Oh, back.
Takes one right in the back of the leg from Oliveira.
And there it ends. And there endeth the group stage at Euro 2020. 1 point each here. Both of these big guns go through to fire some goals at Euro
Full
2020.
time. Germany 2, Hungary 2, Portugal 2, France 2. Like, subscribe with the bell notification. I'll see you guys on Saturday for the start of the knockout phase of the competition. Like, subscribe.